start, sir.
Shall we start?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Okay, so hi Ujjwal, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
So many congratulations on the landmark success, platform, what you can say, a gold standard, what you can say is on the platform of AIMS, you have set your name. The rank 54 for the July session is for Ujjwal Chawla. No? So how is the feeling right now?
Thank you so much, sir. I'm feeling overwhelmed right now. I don't have words to express right now.
So was this your first attempt, Ujjwal?
So this was my second attempt.
And what was the rank last time?
The last time my rank was 800. This time it is 52.
Wonderful. From a 3-digit rank to 54. So close to 50 you have come. So that's again a wonderful achievement, and that too only in the second attempt. That's perfect. So to all the viewers who are watching us right now, I'd just like to tell you that Ujjwal is a student of PGI Rohtak, and he joined DBMCA in the second year as a the idea of AIMS. So Ujjwal, ye batao, when you were in the second year, you came to join pre-foundation batch, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what was the idea at that time? जब coaching join किया था, तो what was in your mind? Whether I'm going for the NEET exam या फिर AIMS exam, ऐसा कुछ specific था? ये था कि चलो तैयारी करते हैं, like this.
So as such, I didn't have any such plan of which college I will be joining or by which exam or which platform. But one thing was clear that I have to join a PG course for the sake of my further studies. And so I joined the course. Okay.
So Ujjwal, right now, these days, the biggest problem that the student tells me, because you are coming from that period where, NEET was different, AIMS was different, PGI was different, JIPMER was different. And now you are into that phase where you have seen the merger of all the 4 premier institutes. And your juniors, probably from the year 2023, will see that everything has been merged. So there is a transformation going on. Now I want to know from you that what exactly is the difference that you feel is in the way of preparation when you started preparing some 3 years back from now, 4 years back from now, and आज अगर एक स्टूडेंट प्रिपरेशन शुरू करता है अपनी 2023 के लिए, नेक्स्ट के लिए, क्या डिफरेंस होना चाहिए ब्रॉडली दोनों के बीच में?
So when I started, what my seniors used to say was, AIMS is all about the logic and all about the brains you have and all about the concept. And PGI Chandigarh per se is all about how much you know, how much the data you have studied from the books and all the gold book source. And so there was a lot of difference in both of the institutes, the exam they used to conduct. Right. But then, sir, after the integration, these all things coming all together, making the final product that it would be much harder. But I didn't find it that way. It wasn't that hard.
As compared to what particularly.
Yes, sir, this I said particularly.
Okay. So basically, see what happened. We all were expecting that this AIMS will be kind of typical paper, lengthy questions will be there, more of a clinical integration. But what actually turned out to be more of a one-liner question, more of the repeat questions like that. Okay, simple kind of pattern that it turned out. Okay, so when you started, Ujjwal, जब आपने start किया in the second year, so how did you plan your PGME studies with your college studies? How did you plan them? कैसे दोनों के बीच में आपने balance बनाया?
The college studies were no more different than what they are supposed to be. That PG के लिए preparation, again the coaching things was there, and then I was going in the regular batch, and by that time class tests were also there, and then COVID came, and then the essence of the live classes went away. But still, then Dr. Rajat came up with the idea of this online classes and everything.
Correct. Now, this is one. Yeah, what you just said, Ujjwal, is one big difference that as a student you can tell everyone. क्या आपको difference लगा? What is the difference between a live class and this online platform? And I'll also ask you, if a student says कि मैं तो recording से ही पढ़ लूँगा, जस्ट टू सिंपली आस्क यू कि एक लाइव क्लास में और ई गुरुकुल में फर्क क्या है, ये बताओ आप यूजर्स को। बिकॉज मैंने अभी इतने कोविड पीरियड में ना, आई हैव सीन स्टूडेंट्स दोज हु सिंपली से कि सर ई गुरुकुल ले लेंगे ना, प्रॉब्लम क्या है, तो रिकॉर्डिंग ले लेंगे, रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स आर ओके। सो एज नाउ यू आर वन ऑफ द टॉपर्स, ओके। सो अब बताओ कि डिफरेंस क्या है when you were able to see the classes face to face, when you came on to DVMCA live, and when
platform, definitely it's the best source and best content we are getting. But you know, the real essence of the live class, the doubt solving scenarios and the doubt solving sessions which we get with the teachers in the live sessions, that is somehow missing in the pre-recorded stuff or the pre-recorded content. But sir, what I believe is, if even if we get all the content of all the precise knowledge, but still not being able to clear our doubts, तो सर उसका कोई ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस बन नहीं पाता. And
because
sir,
you are
doubts can be of doubts. Yes, sir. So I was saying that doubts can be of any, you know, any level. Even I used to feel like I somehow sometimes ask some stupid doubts, but then it's all done finally.
It's absolutely fine. See, every student is, you know, when the student is curious, then every faculty, I must tell you, when Ujjwal is with me today and all the viewers who are watching us, I must tell everyone that all the time the teachers are most happiest when, you know, the student is continuously poking them with questions, right? Whether it is a silly question of the subject, whether it is a really materialistic question of the subject, faculties are really very happy when they keep on getting the questions, the queries from the student. Because we know if somebody is putting the queries, genuine queries, whether because of some misunderstanding, lack of concept, lack of memory, or something else, anyhow, it is absolutely fine. So everyone who just want to put a question but is hesitant to put some queries, don't, you know, hesitate. आज आप hesitate करोगे ना, तो ये कल आपको बहुत नुकसान करेगा एग्जाम में. Like Ujjwal, I'll tell you about Ujjwal. Ujjwal is a part of our Super 30 group, the WhatsApp group that we have created. Okay, all the 19 subject faculties are there, and Ujjwal is one of those students who has put maximum question on that group. ये वाला ऐसे है तो वैसे क्यों है, और to know the explanation, right? So please don't ever hesitate to reach out to your faculties. And I do believe that faculties from any of the institute, doesn't really matter, you know, it doesn't matter where you are reading, they are absolutely okay, they are absolutely fine clearing your doubt. Okay, तो doubt जरूर पूछिए. Okay, Ujjwal, coming back to you, जब आपने अपना प्रिपरेशन शुरू किया, सो आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी में भी एक नोट्स चल रहे होंगे, आपने हमारे साथ प्री फाउंडेशन ज्वाइन किया, तो आपने फर्स्ट सेकंड ईयर की पढ़ाई भी की है वहां पे. तो how you were reading for these PGME examination? I do believe कि थर्ड ईयर में आके थोड़ा स्ट्रैटेजी चेंज किया होगा. कॉलेज के एग्जाम और PGME क्या साथ साथ चले, या फिर आपने इंपॉर्टेंस आके थर्ड ईयर में देना शुरू किया अपनी पढ़ाई को, PGME की पढ़ाई के लिए?
Sir, in our college, the trend is what we follow is in the second year we go for the standard books, Pharma, KD Tripathi, and then Robbins for pathology, and the main books. And coaching is, you know, a bit different. In the context, we are getting some pre-written, or somehow we are writing something which is not there in Robbins in that way, in not in a storyline. So it's a different stuff, but पहले तो Robbins, first the second prof, उसके बाद then third year से I went with the coaching only.
So when you were preparing with your notes, let's say in the third year, you were in the foundation batch, then second year आपकी coaching का था. So when you were in the second year of your coaching, third year में जब आप college में थे, so how you were actually preparing for the content? Were you only reading the theoretical part, or you were also solving some test or the Q banks also side by side?
So by that time, my approach was let's solve it and let's you know, make the notes more precise, and you know, keeping on adding on more and more information from the stuff. But then that makes a lot of bulk of it. But then suddenly it shifted to the, you know, type of integrating everything, and it wasn't more of data collection by now, by the third year and by fourth year also. So, and then coaching pattern also changed. We evolved somehow. Everyone, including the faculty, everything evolved literally.
So we shifted to more of a kind of integrated teaching, basically. So, yeah, last 2 years have been of that kind only, where the teaching pattern has shifted towards the integrated pattern. Definitely, that has changed, because from last 2 years we are seeing from the year 2019 in second session, 2020 has been like that, 21 has been like that. That more of the clinical scenarios are being asked either in AIMS or in the NEET exam. So we have to shift our study pattern also, right? So when you were in your final year is a year where you are burdened enough कि MBBS भी pass करना है, next year internship में obviously जो बहुत अच्छे से तैयार थे हमारे.
So because in the final year we were studying our third and final profs in the coaching itself, and also the the postings were going on that way only. So I guess the final year subjects were, when I began with the internship, I was pretty confident with my final year subject,
Okay,
as compared to my first and second prof.
perfect. So how did you maintain the balance then? First second year subjects are equally important. We are shifting towards integrated pattern, but when you are in the final year you are more confident to final year subjects. What about first second year? How did you prepare them?
So in the final year itself, I gave my first grand test, and
Okay.
it was just to know what my baseline is, where I'm lacking, and which subject I have to, improve even more than others. So it was not very disheartening, but just to know how much I have to move on this journey of getting this rank.
Correct.
So, sir, initially my first and second prof marks were actually very low, rather than my third and final profs one in the GT per se, And then after that, when with the start of my internship, my first posting was gynae, and which was a bit difficult in our college. So I took lighter subjects as compared to the ones which will need more focus. I started off with ENT and Ophthal in the gynae posting itself, with my gynae and obstetrics being done in the posting itself. And then, sir, with further subsequent postings, I kept on revising everything.
Perfect.
And by the end, I was quite confident. By November, I said I had one of my full the syllabus done once and one revision done.
What was your score? Do you remember your first score of the GT?
So it was somewhere 650 there, as far as I
50%.
remember.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that was not a bad score, I would say, but that was, that needed lot of improvements though, out of 1200. Because that time, if I'm not wrong, Shiv scored almost close to 1000 mark. So that was a mark of a topper that time, All India exam,
Yes.
right? So that is what, so my message to all the viewers who are watching this particular interview is, see, all the toppers will have one common thing in them, and that is they started, right? So they started giving the test, they started assessing themselves. So when you are giving the test, do not think that what my score will be, मेरा rank क्या आएगा, मेरे friend का rank 1 आया, और मेरा rank 500 आया. That really doesn't matter. What matter is how many questions you are able to get correct, and if the questions are getting wrong, that take home message from that is the wrong questions. When you are going home back, just read them again, improvise yourself. So it is all about the idea that the student should be able to improvise their scores consecutively. Once you are giving the first GT, like Ujjwal gave 650, and today he's standing on a rank of approximately 50 now. So that is the ideal way of preparing one for the particular exam, right? Now, Ujjwal, एक बहुत important चीज, when you are giving your exams, GT जब आप दे रहे थे, right? I do believe you were a part of this Super 30 group in last year only, 2020 only.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
January.
So in January session वाला जो था. So when you were giving your GTs, initially the marks were pretty low for the first and second year subject, right? What was your strategy to improvise that score in those particular subjects? कैसे करते थे? उनको अपने notes के साथ compile करके करते थे, या you were only reading the explanation only? What exactly you were doing to improvise it?
Sir, what I feel is what mostly people do is first they will read up the whole text and the whole notes they are having. Now I knew कि I knew that I have read it somewhere. Somewhere it will be in back of my mind. Let us see. Let us analyze how much it is there, right? So first, I did attempt a SWT, a subject-wise test of a particular subject. Then find out where I'm lacking and where I'm pretty badly lacking. And then when you revisit your notebooks, then you will be actually finding those things. And what I found was mostly everything was in my notes. And had it been the other way, I wouldn't have, or I per se would have ignored that in the fast reading thing or what
Correct.
we
That's a wonderful.
usually do.
Yeah. Yes, that's absolutely right. So when Ujjwal is saying this particular thing, I would recommend each of the viewer that if you are targeting INI or if you are targeting the NEET exam, the key will be your concise notes. It will not be like he simply said कि मैं add करता रहता तो वो bulk बन जाता. तो bulk बनाने की जरूरत नहीं है. You don't need that much of notes. You need this much of notes which actually covers up your important things or everything, right? One or two questions are always expected in every exam, which most of the people will not be able to answer it. So our fighting is not with that particular question. Our fight is about rest of the questions which are usually asked, commonly asked, right? So we have to remember that we are not doing PG, we are going for PGME examination. That is one important thing. So most important will always be your crisp and concise notes. That is number one. And number two is to give the test. Start giving the test. Don't think कि वो डे आएगी फिर हम एक सब्जेक्ट वाइज देंगे पहले सब्जेक्ट खत्म करेंगे. Start realizing your weakness, your weak points from the day one only. That will be the key. That is what Ujjwal is saying. Okay, so keep on improvising by giving the test. Okay, so Ujjwal, you're there. The camera, I think, has shifted the focus. Vicky, you are here. Can you hear me, Vicky?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm audible?
I think, हाँ, now you're audible.
Yes.
देखो जरा एक बार बात करो शायद. I
Let
think
me
उसका
check.
okay. So Ujjwal is back.
Sorry, sir.
So no problem at all. Okay, so Ujjwal, एक चीज जो मैं जानना चाहूंगा, one important thing that you would like to recommend to your juniors, as I said earlier also, you are coming from a period where you have seen NEET and AIMS and JIPMER every exam separately, and now
Yes.
you have given one exam which is INI CET, and your juniors will be giving an exam which will be now probably next. So what is your key message to them for my question number one? When should one start preparing? What do you say? In which year they should start preparing genuinely? Because now they won't be having any internship period to prepare, है ना? Internship तो मिलेगा नहीं, exam will be after the final year only. So what is the ideal time to start?
Sir, ideal time is just right now, whatever they are in, whichever the class, whichever the grade they are in right now, or even in the phase of internship, whichever the phase it is right now, they should start as early as possible. Because the basics will not be changing, and AIMS is all about, and INISET is all about asking basics and more of adding to the basic internship knowledge, what I feel like.
Okay. Second, what do you recommend? A live class or a my recommendation is always one, but I want to know from you today, for all your juniors, live or recorded?
Always a live class, sir. That is always a
Always.
better option.
Perfect thing. Okay. Number three, when should one start giving the test, subject wise test or the grand test? When should one start giving it? When he is prepared with some subjects, or as soon as possible he gets a chance?
So the fact is, even one day before the exam, one is never completely prepared. So even if you are done with one subject or even half of the subject, and if there is that particular mentioned date for the exam, you should be giving that.
Perfect.
Live.
Perfect thought. For live, yeah. Perfect thought. Okay. What is the best way to improvise if a student is, continuously scoring low in a particular grant test? Let's suppose somebody gave a grant test in January, low score, February, low score, March, low score. So by, February or March, he should handle himself. He should change his strategies. What do you think should be the strategy that he should change to improvise the score?
So by analyzing all the further tests which one is giving, what I recommend is only focus for the next month in the last 4 subjects which you did very bad in the previous test. So in the next month, in the next GT, try and checking and improving on that 4 subjects, and now find out which this time which 4 subjects were lacking. So this way I feel like person will definitely improve.
Perfect. So though there are, various ways in which every student is having his own way to improvise himself, but this is one ideal way which you suggested, that keep on focusing more on the subjects out of which the questions are getting wrong maximum number of time, right? That is what I always suggest. Okay. One next thing, when you are preparing for a subject, ups and lows are a part of the preparation. Like some of the messages I'm already having on my phone that I was not able to perform well in this particular INI CET. My aim was only AIMS, and now it is all shattered. I've got 10,000 rank and so many things. So what do you say to all those students? Now they're asking me, sir, what is the plan? Where did I went wrong? Right? So what do you want to recommend to them, that how they should check their performance?
So regarding this, I would like to say, see, one exam is never the end of the journey, but it's always good to keep a check on what went wrong, but then also improving on that. So what I would like to recommend is, if you feel like if there is some grand test or a sequence of grand tests which you feel like constant demotivation, then try some other tests from other institute as well. There is no issue in that. But there should not be a feeling like इस institute में बार-बार बहुत कम आ रहा है. Is there something wrong? Most of the times there is nothing wrong in that. But then you must always try to give a lot of tests.
Basically, it is all about giving the test a number of times. When you keep on giving the number of tests, you keep on improvising actually yourself, right? So when you are giving the test, it is not only improvising in your knowledge, in your notes, but it is giving you a pictorial memory also, that somewhere in my notes, this was the answer. And this is what I marked wrong in the GT. This is what I marked wrong in the SWT. And when I go for a particular exam, this is going to help me out for sure. That is what I believe. And second is also when you are giving a test, you are not only preparing your mind, you are also preparing your body also to sit there for 3 hours. That you have to be, trained enough to sit there, concentrate, focus on that particular screen for that particular amount of time. So that is good. But Ujjwal, honestly, we are very, very happy on the success. I do wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors too. And I do believe you are going to shine always like a star, right? So from
Thank
my
you, sir.
side, on behalf of DBMC family, I congratulate you once again. And may you keep shining like this always. And for any other thing, if I can be of any help, we can be of any help, we are there always for you, like a family. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
So all the very best, Ujjwal. All the very best. Like, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vicky.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Ujjwal. Thank you so much to be the part of this
Okay.
session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.